Mr. Bradshaw at AddSomeToYourIncome.com here to talk with you about ways to get more tips as a server. First thing I'd like to say is thank you. Thank you for serving. In today, I will give you some tips and tricks. I'm also going to blend in and look at how to focus on your 3 different types of income and how you can increase each as a server. Yes, your labor income, also your passive income and gift income, with quite a great story there. And then at the very end, I want to help you by letting you know what you should do if someone doesn't pay a tip. All right, let's get into this. So you would like to know ways to make more money. You're serving, you're working, maybe you see other servers that are getting more money than you, or you've heard about that. So what are you going to do? You're nervous about just going to a fancier restaurant because you like where you're at. You've got a great team. You've got a boss that is very understanding. You like the rhythm of your life, and you're not quite sure you're ready to take your service to a higher level, which obviously is a way to get more tips, because if you're serving the higher clientele in a higher paying restaurant, you will see more money, and ironically, you will serve fewer people. However, you're maybe not there yet. You're not at that next level. So let's look at how to increase your income where you're at. Help divide your mind into the 3 incomes. The 3 incomes are labor income, passive income, and gift income. This is how I organize them. Labor income, that's what you're working now, and you get paid right away. You serve tables, they leave money on the table. That is labor income. Passive income, that's when you do things today. You won't be paid for it until harvest. Gift income, someone else worked yesterday. Labor income. The tip to give you on tips is to seed the tip jar. You see, if you've got a tip jar there, and this goes for performers, if you're there there's a tip jar, okay, wherever you're at. If the tip jar is empty, there is a ginormous stumbling block. I'm looking for the right word, and I'm not sure ginormous was the right one, but you know what I mean. There's this huge obstacle for the first person to put money in the jar, because they have to decide that you are valuable enough to put the money in. And I know you're thinking, but I am valuable. Yes, you are. And seed the tip jar. What that does, and you can use, to be honest, you can use money from last night's money that was tips in the jar. You don't have to lie, okay? What you're doing when you have money in the jar is you are communicating to everyone in the room someone else paid the tip. All right? It starts the flow of the money. It is the biggest trick. Now, my cousin didn't know this. I went to my cousin's wedding, and he had a honeymoon fund. And I wish I'd taken a picture of this little thing before money was in it. I didn't. So anyway, it was empty. There was it was a beautiful little box, and you could see through the glass. You could see if there was money in there or not, and it was empty. Okay, and the reception has started. The wedding's already done. It was at the I believe it was at the wedding. I didn't even notice it. It was probably just at the reception. But it's at the reception. It's already started. I mean, we're like 20 minutes in. People have come. People have walked right past this and put nothing in. I all of a sudden remember, I'd seen it once too and just walked past. And then I remembered that I knew this. I knew that you have to put money in the tip jar. You have to seed it so that you're not making someone be that awkward person to be the first person to give money. So I was standing there with my dad, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go put money in the honeymoon fund. And he kind of follows me, and he's like, wait, what? Because he knows it's really tight at my house, being on a teacher's salary. There, I'll make myself a little bigger so you can see this. It's kind of tight, right? It's tight, and he knows it. He's like, "You're gonna give?" I'm like, "Yeah. Why have money if I can't give it away?" And I knew I would be giving my frivolous funding money, my funds that my wife and I have agreed are frivolous funds. Okay, I wasn't even giving from the gift income account. I was gonna give from my frivolous account because we already gotten a gift to give. So it was I'm giving my funds. And he said, "Oh, okay." Now, I'm going to show you this next picture. Right after I gave, my dad opened up his wallet and gave. And I want you to just notice the look on his face. See, that's the look of someone who gives. That's the expression, that joy. I felt great too, and I just stepped back and took the picture really fast, showing here he is. Immediately, that opened up the wallet. By putting money in, it starts that. So seed your tip jar, okay? Make sure that you put funds in that are sitting there showing that you are someone that someone has given tips to. Passive income. All right, so we've done the labor income, working hard at what you're doing and making the money that you're earning. What about passive income? What about things you can do today? I would love to read some books by a person that's been in service industry and getting tips. So write that book, write the book series. And it didn't have to just be like nonfiction. You may have great material. Just think of, and I'll get to the people that don't give you tips. Just think of the characters that you're coming in contact with that could become characters in books. Or whatever it is you want to create, characters in songs, in your comic strips. There is so much potential, and if you'll allow yourself to be creative and put together something, work on that. Whatever it is you're going to give the world, it's valuable. And you will, at harvest, see funds come to you. All right, so we've done labor, we've done passive, so let's get to gift income. And maybe one of my favorite stories, which is how a waitress received an inheritance check unexpectedly of $50,000. The story goes that there was a grumpy guy who kept coming in every morning for breakfast. She found herself starting to get grumpy and not liking to serve this guy. Until one day she realized, okay, he's a grumpy guy, and I've learned, he was in World War II. He has reasons to be grumpy, and I am going to choose to serve him with a smile. Maybe there's no one else in his life that's being nice to him. I'm going to choose to be nice. So this waitress, day after day after day, would serve him with a smile, and there was no significant extra tip that came. Okay. And she didn't do it for an extra tip. She just realized, I can be a positive person in his life. Well, one day he stopped coming in and she noticed. She wondered, where is the grumpy guy? And then in the paper, found the obituary that he had passed away. About a week later, she gets a formal envelope in the mail stating that this grumpy old guy had decided to leave her, from his inheritance, $50,000 and a car. So to all of you who are servers out there, know that your service with a smile could result in gift income. And believe and know that there are people who will bless you. And then there are the people that don't bless you. The people who don't pay a tip. Now, I would like you to know that on a teacher's salary that I have had, and 4 young children, we had $0 to spend on eating out. We consistently had $0 to spend on eating out. Let me bring this here so you can see me a little better. I remember one time we got a $25 gift card to a restaurant, and we go in and we ask for the menu before we even sit down because we have to start planning out how to feed 6 mouths on $25 and include a tip. The storming of Normandy had less battle plans than we had in order to make this happen. We were like, okay, we'll have waters, we'll fill up on the breadsticks. We're gonna get this thing we can divide it between the 6 of us. It's got 3 entrees. It's one entree with 3 entrees in it. We divide it between I have kids who are saying they're still hungry at the end of the meal. I'm like, just drink more water. Here's some more breadsticks. We have a tough time. I remember another time we got come in and get free kids meals for the kids who were doing the summer reading program. But we had 4 kids and we only had 3 of them that got the thing. So we had to figure out how are we going to do this. So we go in there. My wife and I didn't order anything for us, even though I was really wanting to. We couldn't. We had $0 to spend. And we bought another kids meal. So we got the 4th kids meal that was like $6.37. And so the 4 kids got a meal. And we had waters for us as adults, and we ate something else that we had in the car. We were traveling at the time, I remember, and we had a little picnic lunch that my wife and I had, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We got to the end of that meal, and it was dessert time, and the kids' meal had unlimited desserts from the buffet, so our kids are just eating great. And I'm so happy that they're eating great. And I do remember the waitress that was there, and she was good to us. She was kind. I'll remember one of my kids is carrying this huge bowl of ice cream, drops it, sprinkles everywhere, ice cream mess. Just a disaster, right? And I'm trying to help the kid be okay. I get back with mom in the booth. I'm trying to make sure they know there's a big ice cream mess right here. I'm doing what I can to clean it up. They're like, it's okay. Yeah, just go sit down. We'll take care of this. They clean it up for us. We're at the end of this meal, right? And I'm trying to say to my wife, we got to leave a nice tip. We made a big mess. And she's saying, we don't have the money. It's not in the budget. I'm like, it needs to be in the budget. And we were over the kids while they're doing it. And she and I left $1. So if you're that waitress who we came and made a big mess and we left you a $1 tip, my name is Donald Trump. And we're sorry. And please forgive us. And know that the people who aren't leaving a tip, they have a story too. They have a life. Something's going on in their life. And they're not leaving you money or very much at all. And I'm sorry. And we're sorry. And please forgive. And that type of giving is going to free you up to see large tips from someone else. And me here in the future, now that I have the ability to give more, I tip well. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.